Hello everyone, I am Masaki, owner of satoseni. Thank you for watching. Please enjoy our collection.
Hello everyone, I'm Kenneth. So how have you been? So we hope all of you are well. Unfortunately, PT Filati has been cancelled this time, and we have decided to show our new collection online for YouTube. So, and also it's gonna be very different way from showing the physical shade cards to you, but we hope that it's gonna be a little help. So let's gonna start with collection card. Okay, so let's have a look at the collection card. The first page is Mohair, our best quality. And next one is fancy yarns. Many types of fancy yarn here, space dyed, polyester, and many of the blended yarns and the very fancy styles. And next one is wool fancy yarn basically, and silk is here as well. And next one is a fancy luxury. There are 2 pages, and the Japanese paper and the very special wool and the polyester, and metallic yarn, and the super fancy style for the hand knitting or 3 gauge. And next one is new standard wool. We have got a variety of the wool yarn for the any gauges, from the chunky sweaters to the super fine gauge. And last one is a new standard blend. So basically is wool blended with something else. And last one is alpaca with acrylic. So then let's gonna start with Mohair. Okay, so first of all, our best quality Mohair. Fuuga, there are 3 different yarn counts, and the Hensel and the Reine II. So okay, first of all, Fuuga, single 27. This is our standard quality, single 27, and it's very good for the fine gauge, especially 12. And please have a look at the plain stitches. It's really beautiful look. So if you compare with something else, and we recommend you to knit plain stitches as well. But it's really nice to mix with something else. For example, we mix with the Glacier in this textile. So Glacier is from the South American wool. It's really chunky and strong and spongy. However, it's gonna be a little bit itchy. But if you mix with the Fuuga, it's gonna be very smooth hand feel. But it keeps still strong the textures, and it keeps the shape of the garment. And next one is different appearance of the yarn. For example, in case of these stitches, so we mix Mohair. Mohair is here, black colors, and CAMOOL is the boucle, white colors, and ZEANE is a basic wool yarn, the super fine merino. As you can see, so there's a very different appearance on the textile, so it's a very nice way to use in this way as well. And last one is Fuuga, ZEANE, and the Ando. Ando is a metallic yarn but dull bright, and ZEANE has the wool polyester, and it has very good stretch. And if actually this is the back side of the jacket, this is the front side. But actually the back side looks nicer, that's why we have decided to show the back side on this textile. Then the colors, we have got a lot of colors here. So many of the melange colors and solid colors. And of course we can do your own colors as well. And please enjoy this quality, and it's first of all, please try the plain stitch. And next one is the Fuuga single 44 and 52. So this is the finest yarn count of our Mohair collections. As you can see, this is a 1 end and 14 gauge. So can you imagine that the Mohair can be knitted in a fine gauge for plain stitch? It looks very clean, isn't it? And on the other hand, so you can mix with spade. Spade is a metallic yarn, but it's a dull bright and softer one. And it's slightly shine, and the hand feels very nice, and you can make very elegant fine gauge sweaters here. Or you can mix with the ZEANE. ZEANE is a super fine merino and for fine gauge, and this is knitted for 14 gauge. We knitted 1 end each. And finally, it's really, it's not sheared, it's not transparent. but you feel, but you can see the hairs of Mohair, so it makes soft, smoother hands feel. And of course, the zeta is also really soft wool, so this is gonna be also nice fine gauge sweaters. And let's have a look. Next one is a Fuuga single 52. This is the finest one. It's quite expensive, but you know the reproduction of this yarn is really tiny. So, and we take so much time to produce this elegant mohair. As you can see, it's elegant in case of the plain stitch, but it's very nice to knit. And as you can see, okay, can you see here? It's that we needed 2 ends for 12 gauge. This part is we needed in 1 end for 12 gauge as well. You can see the difference here. Okay, next one is, you know, Fuuga is very elegant, but sometimes it's gonna be a little bit too fragile. So it's nice to mix with something else. For example, in this textile, we use the Fuuga single 52, and white color is we use the Rosario, and the beige colors is from the Aube. Aube is a washable wool. Rosario is not treated wool. So after you wash with water for 40 minutes, the white part can be felted, but the beige part stays. So and you can enjoy the difference of the textures here. And then this is the jacquard. And we use the Fuuga single 52 for the red colors. And white and navy from the Udine. Udine has a very good stretch polyester, so you can see the different appearance on it. As you can see, the Udine is very compact. However, Fuuga can be a little bit shared. Okay, and we're gonna show you the colors. Here's the colors. So basically, so we don't have all colors, but they can be dyed with small minimums. And next one is a Hensel. This is single 6. It has opposite characters from the Fuuga or Reine. So this one is we use a very strong mohair. And as you can see, it looks a little bit rough and a little bit more casual, but it's really nice for using chunky sweaters for like coarse gauge, low gauge, yeah, especially 3 or 5. Hensel is so actually if I compare with Fuuga or Reine II, but it's the special character of this yarn is the strength. It's nice to knit the single jersey. However, it's nice to mix with something else to give some more masculine appearance. We use the Rosario here, so we use a black Rosario and red Hensels. And this part we use a red Hensel and white Rosario. This is just half cardigan stitches, but it mixes very well. So, and the hands feel also really nice. And these are the colors, and we do the stock service for all colors with small portions, so you can try the small portions first, and we need a time for the production. Okay, next one is our most luxury on the Reine II. We have the single 12 and single 27. For single 27, so this is nice for the fine gauge. So this, as you can see, this is 12 gauge, so it looks more beautiful than the Fuuga or the Mohair, and it's very nice to do like lace stitches. Okay, so black part is from the zeta, 100% superfine merino, and the white part is Reine II. It looks so sensitive, so you know, it can be very elegant way of the sweaters for the fine gauge, so 14 gauge. And it's nice to mix with something else for the jacquard, so it doesn't look so much well. However, so okay, the black part is from the Reine II, and the navy part is from the Aube washable wool, and it gives a different appearance aspect. And the black part is especially really smooth hands feel. Okay, then let's have a look at single 12. Single 12 is really good for the 7 gauge or 5 or 3 if you apply up 3 or 4 ends. this one also looks very beautiful, isn't it? And you can see the brightness, the shine of the silk and mohair. It's natural brightness. And next one is we mix with the Colorado. Colorado is wool, 1% wool, not treated one. And this part is we mix the Colorado and the Reine II, and this part is only the Colorado. So mohair can be shared if you knit loosely, but if you knit tightly, so the hair doesn't come out so much. So in this case, it's nice to way. It's a nicer way. It's a mixing with other yarn in this way. And last one can be used for the not garment, but it can be nice texture as well. So white color and black color is from the mocci, and the white color we use the Reine II, so it's like a mixture of the Reine II and the mocci here, white part. So mocci is a really compact yarn, and it's very strong textures, and it's very thick. However, it's really smoother because of the mohair. And then we have got the colors here. So we just a little bit melange colors and basically solid colors. So we have got the all colors in the single 12, but we don't have so much in single 27. So single 27 can be dyed by orders. Next is the space dyed yarn. So we have got 3 different types of space dyed. So first one, Gurame, is the space dyed yarn of this washable wool, and the next one is Lantana, is the space dyed yarn of the mohair and a little bit slough on it. And Magma is a very special one. So let's have a look from Magma. So Magma is, as you can see, some sloughs, and but slough comes out randomly, and the space dyed patterns also comes randomly. So you can see the enjoyment of the random of this yarn, and but this is very thick, so single tool, so it can be knitted in 3 gauge on single one end. So it's not so easy to mix with something else, but you can do in this way, a single jacket. So this is the front side, this is the back side, is here. This is the back side. Yeah, in case of the jacket, you can mix with something else, but it's not so easy to apply up with something else. The color is gorgeous. So unfortunately, we cannot do the custom colors. Basically, next is Lantana. Lantana is a space dyed yarn of slough yarn. So actually, if you compare with other mohair in our collections, so it's the haired mohair. You cannot see the hair so much, but it still has this nice smooth hand feel. And you can see some sloughs. It gives a nice natural effect. And if you feel it's a little bit too much impact, so you can mix with something else. For example, we mix with Rosario here. Rosario is a not treated wool, and we just mix with 1 end each, and we needed half cardigan stitches. In this case, so the impact can be less, but it still gives a nice effect. And in these stitches also, so we mix with Glacier, South American wool, and the cable stitches. So please look at the colors. For example, this is the original color of the space dyed. It's gonna be a little bit too much impact, but if you mix with something else, it's gonna be in this way. So those colors also is stock service, and we cannot do this custom colors, but probably it's gonna be enough. And the last one is Gurame. Gurame is also space dyed in a double 48 machine washable wool, and it can be knitted in a single jersey for 14 gauge 1 end. But we would like to recommend you the mixing with something else, because this is very fine, 12 double 48. So for example, in these stitches, we mix with Rosario 3 ends and 1 end of the Gurame. Basically, black colors makes a less impact of the space side. In this way, the back side can be. It doesn't look different so much. Okay, next one is we mix with Hensel, Mohair, and with with these colors, and we mix with the yellow color of Hensel. In these stitches, you can see slightly the space side pattern. And last one is a special stitches. So actually it's called inlay. So we need it with the SRY by Shima. So let's have a look at the back side. Yeah, as you can see, that this orange colors are from the Gurame, and black color is Aube Rond. This is a blue crayon. It's made of wool. So we put many plies of the Aube Rond, 4 plies, and 1 end of the 9K212 as a very fine metallic yarn. So this is just example, but you can do many ways. So how to use Gurame for any range of the gauges. Next, polyester, 1% polyester and different characters. Okay, let's have a look. Udine, Piacenza, Alessandria. Actually, so there, everything is made of 100% polyester, and everything is same yarn count, but everything has different characters. Alessandria is basic polyester, but good point of this polyester is really lightweight in the middle gauge, even in the middle gauge, of course in the fine gauge also. In Piacenza, if you compare with Alessandria, it's really dry and very shiny characters. And it doesn't have so much stretch. And then Udine is if you compare with Alessandria, Udine is really smooth and really soft, and it has nice stretch also. And as I told you, so everything is the same yarn count. However, please have a look at the detail of the label. So Udine has been knitted in 14 gauge, 2 ends and 1 end. This part is in 2 ends, and this part is 1 end. Alessandria is knitted 3 ends of 14 gauge. And Piacenza is also knitted in the 14 gauge but 3 ends. Can you see the difference? This yarn hasn't got so much stretch, that's why it can be a little bit shared if you compare with Alessandria. And in case of Udine, because of the nice stretch, so it shrinks on the stitches. So even in the 1 end, it doesn't go transparent. If you knit it at 2 ends, it's completely compact, isn't it? And Alessandria is a basic one, so we have got many colors. So all colors are stock service. And then Piacenza, we have got many colors, but a little bit less than Alessandria. But you can see the many colors as a stock service. And then Udine, we have got also many colors here in Udine also. This is also the stock service, and we can do your own colors also. And the minimum is not so big, and the lead time is not so long neither. And okay, let's get back to the stitches. first of Alessandria. So we mix with Alessandria and Udine. This part is Alessandria lighter color part, and the darker color part is Udine. So yeah, each yarn is knitted in 2 ends for 14 gauge, but you can see the different compact. And yeah, of course, Udine can be a little bit more softer and smoother, and Alessandria can be a little bit drier. And then the next stitches is the Piacenza and the 9K212. So 9K212 is used in this part, just a little bit, to give the difference of the shine. And Piacenza is really dry, it has very dry characters, so after you knit it in this one is it's all needles, and this part is a plain stitch. And you feel the very dry hands feel, and it gives a really nice appearance also. And then in case of the Udine, so we use Udine in the yellow part, and the Masdevallia is used in the navy part. Yeah, because of the special character of Masdevallia, and it's knitted in the links and links, so it finally becomes a very special textiles, and it gives different brightness of each yarn. So we're gonna explain to you about the Masdevallia later. And next is the fancy yarn and the Aztec. Let's have a look. Yeah, Aztec is a very big slob yarn, as you can see. So there's a very different appearance between the thinner part and the thicker part. And this big slob part is made of linen and alpaca. Basically, linen is quite hard and dry hands feel, but it's quite soft because we don't twist a lot in this part. So you can feel the very soft linen here, and it gives very natural effect. And in these stitches, as you can see, it's knitted in 7 gauge in 1 end and 2 ends. So this part is knitted in 2 ends, and this part is knitted in 1 end. 1 end part can be a little more transparent, and 2 ends is not so much. And you can see the different shape of the slob part. In case of the 1 end, slob part can be a little bit bigger. It comes out more and more. And in case of the tighter stitches, so it doesn't come out so much. So you can enjoy the different size of the slob yarn. Depends on how you knit. The next one is also knitted with Aztec and MOFF. So this part is knitted in only the MOFF, and this part is only the Aztec here, and this part is also Aztec. This part is also Aztec. This is a MOFF. In case of half cardigan stitches, so there are still slob parts comes out even a little bit. And in case of lace stitches, so you can see the slob as well, so it gives a different appearance from the basic yarn. So just a little, even a little bit as slob gives a little bit nicer appearance. And the next one is Aztec and bars. So it's a little bit tricky one. So first of all, this is only the bars. This is Aztec. This is Aztec and bars and the bars. So actually, it's the same as the last stitches. So it's knitted in half cardigan stitches here. So it gives a little bit slob part because of the tighter stitches. And in case of the mixture of the bars and the Aztec, only the beige slob part comes out from the Aztec, and the bus stays. And we're gonna show you the colors. So basically natural colors. And everything is yarn dyed, and we can do your own colors also with the small minimums. And actually, so we can dye different colors like those. So in this case, for example, we dyed the yellow color in linen and we dye red for the nylon and alpaca. So you can do like 2 different tones, or of course just one solid colors like this, or white and black. And next is Aube Rond. Aube Rond is a very soft boucle. It's made of the extra fine merino. You can see the very small boucle here, and it's really soft and smooth. But the negative point of this yarn is actually a little bit too soft sometimes, so it's gonna be very drapey in case of the plain stitch of the one end. So the best way is mixing with something else, like these white stitches. So for example, this is a mixture of the Cotswolds. Cotswolds is a British wool and Aube Rond. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so every part is knitted. Every part is used both yarns. You know, the Cotswolds Cotswolds is really light and strong and bulky, but it's gonna be very itchy. That's why it's gonna be nicer if you mix with Aube Rond to make it smoother hands feel, but still has strong, and it stays. It doesn't go so drapey. Only Aube Rond can be drapey too much, but this mixture is really nice. One of the best combinations. And in case of these stitches, this is jacquard, and this is back side, and this is front side, and we use Fuuga for the red colors, and white Aube Rond for the white colors, and the Aube for the green colors. So everything has a different shape of the yarn, so you can see the difference of you can see and you can enjoy the shape of the different yarns, like in this way. And in this case, so there is an Aube. The Aube has a nice character of staying the shape, so it doesn't go so drapey, but very nice, soft, smooth hands feel, and it looks very sweet. And these are colors, and everything is solid colors, and so we can dye your special colors, and but all colors are stock service. And next is Colorado. Colorado is a very fine slab yarn. Let's have a look. Okay. This is made of 100% wool and not treated, so it can be felted. So it depends on how you wash and it depends on water temperature also. And it has slightly slab. As you can see, this is also the stripes of the one end and two ends. This part is two ends, and this part is one end. One end can be a little bit shared, transparent. And in case of these stitches, because of the slab yarn, it gives a natural effect. So actually we have done the same textile in Polyester. You can see the difference between this Polyester and the Colorado. And the Gurame is a space size, so we already explained to you. And the Gurame is used a little bit here, this part. The patterns and the colors can be different, depends on the place, because of space side. Okay, in case of jacquard, it's a double jacquard. And we use 3 different types of yarn. So Colorado is used for red colors, and Ando is black colors, shiny black colors, and Aube is used in here, black part as a base colors. And you know, the Colorado is very fine, single 40, and we use just one end. That's why in case of 12 gauges, it can be really shared, and you can see the black colors of the back side. This is the handle, so you can enjoy the difference of the yarn count in one gauge. And these are colors. So we don't have the stock service for this quality, but we normally have several colors, the small portions each colors. But we can do the special colors, own colors. Next is Rosario Alpha. Let's have a look. Rosario Alpha is multicolors of Marine, so basically we mix 5 colors. In case of Marine colors, it's not so easy to express all the colors evenly, but because of the special production process of us, so you can see that all 5 colors in one stitch is very evenly. So you can see the very beautiful colors here in case of the plain stitch. And this wool is not treated, so it can be felted, depends on how you wash. In case of this stitch, we wash with 40 degrees with 25 minutes. So the Rosario Alpha and the wool part of the double R is felted, and the mohair comes out in this way. And after you wash with hot water for a longer period, it's gonna be really soft and smooth. We really recommend you this way. And in case of these stitches, we mix with the mocci and the Rosario Alpha. So mocci is from the white color is from the mocci. So Rosario Alpha gives a nice accent for these colors. Even in case of white colors, so multi-colors of red and pink colors gives a nice way. And the colors are here. And actually these colors are from the Rosario Avance. So we mix 5 colors of these for these colors. And these colors are stock service, but we can do the special colors, own colors also. You can choose from here, or we can dye from the 0. And next one is a K-Wave. Let's have a look. So K-Wave is a crayon. It's made of 1% wool. As you can see, this crayon, it's really high twisted wool, so it's really dry hands feel. And let's have a look at the plain stitch here. The best way of knitting for this yarn is this plain stitch for 7 gauge one end, for example. So actually this is stripes again. This part is 2 ends, and this part is 1 end. 1 end gives you more the drier hands feel. 2 ends gonna be more compact. And in case of the 2 ends, it gives you the most stretch here. And we have got other variety of the stitches here. If you mix with the tea silk is basically quite soft, so that's why it gives you the softness, but still the dry and comfortable stitches. Actually, the K-Wave is dry, but not so itchy actually. It's very comfortable on your skin. So it can be worn even on your skin. And in case, okay, and here is the links. You can see the back side here. And front side is like that. So white color is like, actually it is a banize, the plating. And white color is okay, we needed front bed. And the black side is knitted by the back bed. So it's like a rib, but in this way, yeah. And in case of the jacquard, you can have a look here. And the red color comes from the Aube Rond and the blue crayon. And the white color, white color is from the Ando metallic yarn, and the blue color is from the K-Wave. So which gives you the different hands feel. This part is dry, this part is really soft, and back side is the opposite. So you can choose which is you prefer. And let's have a look at the colors again. We have 21 colors for the stock service, and of course we can do the special colors for your own. Next one is the Masdevallia. This is one of our best sellers. Let's have a look. In case of the high twisted single yarn, it twists on the garment. As you can see, if you see the yellow colors, this is used as, in this case, the Z twist of the Masdevallia, and the beige part is used by the torsion S twisted. If you knit the plain stitch, it twists in this way or in this way. But in order to avoid the twisting on the garment, so you can do in this way, the brown part. brown part is used by the one end each of S and Z. If you knit S and Z together, it's gonna be balanced well and they go straight. And then there are many ways of knitting in case of Masdevallia. If you don't like twisting on a garment, there are other ways. First of all, this is a half cardigan. If you use the front bed and back beds, it's gonna be balanced well. And the same way, you can do the rib stitch here. Or this green part is a garter stitch. Yeah, everything is a combination between using the front beds and back beds. Then it's gonna be balanced well. And then this is the links. Actually, this is originally this shape. It's like a triangle. But because of this character, the yarn can be shrinked very well. So it's more like three-dimensional look. And the same way, please have a look. Yeah, just compare. We have done the same pattern of the textiles, but you can see the character of Masdevallia. It twists on the garment in case of plain stitch, and in this way also. So basically it looks very basic pattern, but in case of using Masdevallia, it gives you more three-dimensional look in this way as well. And we have got others also. This is a combination between the plain stitch and the all needles. This part is all needles and this is a plain stitch. After you knit the plain stitch, and this part is actually the half cardigan. There's only the one root of the half cardigan, so it twists a little bit here. But basically, in case of all needles, you use the front bed and back beds all the time. That's why it can be balanced well. Okay, next one is the links, and plated. And this is originally this shape, but after you knit, because of the shrinkage of Masdevallia, it shrinks in this way, and finally it's gonna be a three-dimensional look. Okay, then let's have a look at the last one. This is the tubular jacquard. Front side here and back side is here. So we use Masdevallia for yellow colors, and the green color is from the Udine. So Udine is going to be very compact. And after each yarn shrinked, so finally the Masdevallia is going to be very wavy look. You can see that. And then here's the colors. With the stock service for all colors. Those are the solid colors, and here is the melange colors. We have 6 melange colors here. We can do the special colors also, with the small minimums. And next one is the Oenothera Natural. Let's have a look. So this yarn is the most equine in our collection. So actually, okay, let's look at the colors first. So we have only the 4 colors, but everything is like a natural color of sheep. So we haven't done any dyeing on it. So we spend the white colors and the brown colors. And in case of these colors, so we blended the beige colors and the brown colors. And okay, let's have a look at the plain stitch. It's slightly sloughed yarns. You can see the sloughs, it gives you more natural colors because of this is natural wool, so we wanted to express more natural things on this yarn. And the character of this yarn is very lightweight and very strong textures and really bulky. In case of chunky sweaters, it can be knitted in a 5 gauge or 3 gauges. And the best way would be half cardigan. It makes really nicer characters. And we mix with bars. Bars is you can see slightly beige colors here, and the T-silk also is mixed here. And in case of this textile, Oenothera Natural is a little bit itchy when you wear on your skin. So in this case, so bars and the T-silks helps the Oenothera Natural very well for the head feeling. Or you can mix with Mohair. and we mix the Fuuga. Basically, the Oenothera Natural has only the white colors, but if you mix with a beautiful color of Mohair, so it gives a nicer colors, and also it gives a nicer hands feel as well. But it's still lightweight and it stays. And next is top stream. Let's have a look. This is 100% wood, and there's no treated on it, so it can be felted if you wash with hot waters. And this is a very old-fashioned way of spinning, and they're very chunky on. It's really nice for the chunky sweaters. This is a yarn count, a single one, so it can be knitted in 3 gauge only, or as a hand knitting if you play up more. And this stitch is a combination between mocci and top stream, so it's like a combination between old-fashioned top stream and the high-tech yarn, the mocci. You can see the difference. Top streams it swells more than the mocci, that's why, so you see their appearance difference. And we have the 21 colors for the stock service, and we can do the special colors for your own. Next is Harmony. Harmony is one of our long seller and also our icon. Please have a look. So first of all, please have a look at the composition. There is a washable wool and paper. Actually, paper is from the Japanese paper. There's a Japanese paper inside as a core, and we rub the wool slivers on it. So you don't touch any paper from the outside, but you feel something strange because of the papers. And a good point of paper and Japanese paper and wool is Japanese paper is basically very light, and it stays the shape of the garment. However, it's really dry. But if you wrap the wool slivers on it, the hand feels really smooth. And wool is extra fine merino wool. We don't twist so much, so you feel something like almost like a fiber on it, not twisted yet so much. And another good point is because of the Japanese paper inside, it stands out very well. Can you see that? We have done the same textiles, but this is for only Harmony is used, and this one is MOFF and T-silk is used. Please have a look at each stitches. Each stitch it looks very clearly. And in case of this tuck stitches also, black color it comes from the Reine II Mohair, and white color comes from Harmony. And of course, the white color can be seen more clearly. However, please have a look. Please compare the difference of each stitch. White color stands out really well. That's why it looks very clearly. In case of this half cardigan stitches also, this part is used only the Harmony, and this part is used Harmony, Fuuga, CAMOOL, and Lantana. Many of the yarns are mixed together. If you compare these stitches, these stitches can be seen more clearly because of the character of the yarn. If you have a look at the colors, we have got all the colors as a stock service for the small pointages. And we can do the special colors also. And probably not so easy to catch the character, so if you don't touch it, so maybe please try this yarn first. And next is mesh. Mesh, the composition. Let's have a look at the composition. So first of all, this is a 40% of Japanese paper and 60% of washable wool. The character of this yarn is quite similar to Harmony because of the combination of the materials. But the different point between this and Harmony is this is a double tube yarn. So there is the there's a tube yarn of Japanese paper inside, and the outside is made of the tube yarn of washable wool. Good point of the double tube yarn of the paper and the wool is it has more stretch. In case of the Harmony, so it doesn't have so much stretch. And it still has a good point of the paper inside. Is in case of the plain stitch, each stitch is very visible. It looks clearly well. And in case of the tuck stitches, also, in case of the mesh, so the best way of knitting is a half cardigan, or a tuck, our rib stitches. It looks more visible. And we have just 7 colors, but we can do your special colors also. And next is CAMOOL. Let's have a look. CAMOOL is a boucle yarn. It's made of the mohair, camel, nylon, and the washable wool. We have got the similar boucle. It's called Aube Rond. We have already explained to you. The difference between the Aube Rond and the CAMOOL is a different size of boucle. Let's have a look. So CAMOOL has a bigger loop, and in case the Aube Rond is a smaller loops. And after you knit, please compare the difference. Yeah, of course, this is knitted in a 12 gauge and this is knitted in a 7 gauge, so there's a gauge difference, but the bigger loops gives a more softer image. And we use a really nice mohair, the super kit mohair and camel, and because of these characters, it gives a really smooth hands feel. So on the same way, the best way of using this yarn is mixing with something else. We mix with Fjord in this textile. Fjord is from the South American wool. This is also a little bit itchy, but very strong and textures and it bulky. So if we mix with the CAMOOL, finally the textile is gonna be it stays the shape of the garment, and it has strong textures but very smooth hand feel, and it gives very soft image, and of course you feel very soft. In case of Cotswolds also, this British yarn is also quite harsh and itchy a little bit on your skin, but if you mix with the CAMOOL, even in case of links and link stitches, basically this kind of the stitches gives you the more dry hands feel, but the CAMOOL makes it smoother and softer on your skin. And last one is tubular jacket, and red color comes from the CAMOOL, and this color comes from the Udine, and the green color comes from Masdevallia. So everything has a different look after you knit in the 12 gauge and jacquard. And we have 14 colors for the stock service with the small frontages, and we can do the special colors for you on. And next is mocci. So mocci is a bestseller for the last 2-3 years so far. And the good point of this yarn is actually this is tube yarn, but the good point of this tube yarn is it has nice stretch, and it looks very compact look. And please have a look at these stitches. This is cable stitches, but this part is only mocci, and this part is a mixture of lantana and the mocci. Please compare these stitches. It looks more visible, but it doesn't look because of more hairs in it. And in case of these stitches, this part is made of the Aube, and this white part is mocci. Same pattern. Let's have a look at the big difference between the mocci and the mesh. Mocci has more stretch, that's why it looks more compact, and each stitch is very visible after you knit. It's going to be much more clear if you compare with a basic wool or basic polyester or basic cotton. And for the colors, we have 9 colors so far, and we basically do not accept any special colors, but for special cases, please just ask us. We try to find out the solution if we can do something for you. And next is Double R. Double R is quite new article, but it's already one of the best sellers in our collection so far. Let's have a look at the print stitch. So it's made of wool and mohair and silk, and wool is not treated wool, so it can be felted after you wash with hot water or if you wash a lot. And the good point of this yarn is really soft and smooth because of the mohair, and you can see this slight shine from the silk and mohair. It's like a natural brightness. And in case of this is actually the back side of the print stitch. We knitted different colors each row, and it looks gonna be very elegant way of the 7 gauge. And this is the tuck stitch, the combination between double R and the cassette. So we show you the cassette later. And let's have a look at the difference between the mocci and the double R. It really depends what you prefer, but this one is also really nice and smooth and clean and beautiful look because of mohair, so it doesn't go any casual way. And this is the mixture between the suede and double R. This is plated. This cable stitch is a combination between the suede and the double R, and it's like it's a plating. The back side is suede and the front side is a double R. Actually, the suede is a quite dry metallic yarn, but it looks really nice of the shine of metallic yarn. And if you knit with a double R, you don't touch any suede on your skin. That's why, so it's still very soft and smooth, but you look a really nice shine of the metallic yarn. And let's have a look at the colors. We have the 10 colors, and it's with a stock service with very small puntage. And we can do the special colors also, but there is very special conditions, so please ask us for the detail. And next one is a metallic yarns. We have 4 different articles, and let's have a look at the 9K212 first. And this is 9K212, and this is Ando, and this is a suede. So first of all, please have a look at the difference. 9K212 is very fine yarns, 180, a single 180, and this is a single 42 Ando, and suede is quite similar, single 43. So okay, let me explain to you the difference between those. And the 9K212 is a very fine and fragile, the metallic yarn. And this is really soft enough, so some of our customers use this yarn for the underwear. So maybe you can imagine how it is soft. And of this, and on the other side, and the Ando, it's a dull light metallic yarn, so it's quite. It looks like a vintage look. It doesn't go so shiny. And after you knit, it's very good for the knitting 14 gauge 2 ends or 1 end. And the character of this yarn is strong textures and dry hand feel. And the Ando is yarn count is quite similar to the Andos, but the colors of this yarn is not so shiny, but not so dull. And the good point of this character is very soft and smooth. This is the softest one in our metallic yarn collections. Okay, so now let's have a look at the stitches of 9K212. Okay, in case of plain stitch, okay, this is stripes between 2 ends. 2 ends is here, and this is knitted in 5 ends. If you knit the less ends, it's gonna be the softer, but the 1 ends would be quite difficult to knit. So maybe the 2 ends or 3 ends would be the best way for plain stitch. And this stitch is actually this is the back side. The front side is in this way. So if you go the lace stitch in 9K212, it looks very gorgeous, and it's going to be very sensitive look. It looks more beautiful. And the navy part is made of the Aube, the extra fine merino wool 2 ends. And in case of these lace stitches, we use the 3 ends of 9K212. This would be the best combination, I suppose. And in case of these stitches, red color comes from the 9K212, and the navy colors comes from the ZEANE. ZEANE is a wool polyester, it has very good stretch. After you knit, the ZEANE gonna shrinks. And after that, 9K212 doesn't go so much. So it looks more like a 3-dimensional look. It gives a 3-dimensional look. And we have those colors as a stock service. And we can do your special colors also. And okay, let's go to the Ando. Endo has a very dry hands feel characters, so it can be used for the summer as well. But if you want to mix with something else, it can be okay for the winter collection also. In case of this tubular jacket, we use the wool Rosario. The brown part comes from the Rosario, and this beige part comes from the Endo. Yeah, this is the back side. In case of the tubular jacket, so Rosario is thicker. That's why so you touch the Rosario mainly, so you don't feel so much dryness of the Endo, and hands feel is not so bad. And on the other side, we mix with Masdevallia and Endo. Darker black color comes from Masdevallia, and lighter and shiny black color comes from the Endos. And it's a tubular jacket of the square. This part is also. Because of the character of Masdevallia, each stitch shrinks. Then finally it becomes a wavy look, and Endo also follows the character of Masdevallia in this way. That's why Masdevallia purse is like a stronger wavy look, but the Endo is a less wavy look. And we have got the 12 colors for the stock service, and we can do the special colors also. And the next one is the spade. Spade is soft enough for you using this yarn only, 14 gauge 2 ends for example. But if you mix with something else, for example this one is mixed with Masdevallia. This is a mixture between a soft one and a hard one. The hands feel is quite unusual, so if you want to touch these stitches, so please ask us. And the next one is double jacquard. The combination between a spade, this shiny part comes from a spade, and this space light comes from the Gurame, and this black part comes from the Udine. After you knit, so you can see the slightly shine part for the handles, and you can enjoy the different color and different look, different brightness on one textile. And we have those colors for the stock service, and we can do the special colors also. And we have got unusual metallic yarn also here. It's called a cassette. Let's have a look at the colors first. So this is like a combination between metallic tape and a Japanese paper tape. So the more shiny color is a metallic tape, and the not shiny one is made of Japanese paper. And we twist with viscose on this yarn. And actually we don't recommend you knit with this yarn only because it's very hard. Maybe it hurts your skin. That's why, so it's better to mix with something else. For example, Mohair. This one is a combination between the cassette and the Reine II. The white color comes from the Reine II, and the navy color comes from the cassette. In this case, so Mohair hair covers the negative point of the cassette, so you don't feel any hard things, but it still gives a nicer look of the cassette. Or in this stitch also, this is a combination between the cassette, Reine II, and double R. And the cassette is this red color, and the white color comes from this white color comes from the cassette. And the double R these green colors. This dark green color comes from the double R. And the Mohair is used for everywhere. Reine is used for everywhere to cover the hardness of the cassette. In case of this double jacquard, so Mohair covers negative point of the cassette again. That's why so you don't feel any hard things. But it looks nice of the shine of the cassette. It looks then let's go back to the colors. And we have those colors for the stock service, and we can do the special colors for your own. Next is a big chenille yarn. It's made of wool and ZeaMole and Cotswolds. Let's have a look. This is Cotswolds, and the black one is ZeaMole. So we have the same production processes, but the material is different. it looks like quite similar. So ZeaMole is made of washable wool and polyester. Cotswolds is made of wool and polyester. But this one is made of the British wool, and this one is made of the Australian merino wool. So you can see their appearance difference also. Cotswold is more lighter and bulky and very strong textures. So some people feel a little bit itchy on your skin. On the other hand, ZeaMole is a little soft and smooth and shorter hairs of chenille. And this one can be knitted in a 5 gauge, and Cotswold can be knitted in a 3 gauges only. And in these stitches, so it's nice to mix with something else. In this, this very thick, chunky textile is made of the mocci and the ZeaMole. And the mocci and ZeaMole, actually we use the blue and white color of ZeaMole, and at the same time we use the white and the blue color of mocci at the same time. We have got the 6 colors, and we don't do the stock service for these articles, but we can do with very small minimum quantities for the production. Next one is a Cotswold. Okay, this one is the black color comes from the Cotswold, and can you see the white colors and the green color comes from the tea silk and the Cotswolds. So it's originally Cotswold is already lightweight, and the Cotswolds and tea silks also are really light. So it's like 3 of the yarns are really light. So even in case of very thick and heavy, it looks very heavy one, but it's still so light. Yeah, please try to feel it. If you want these stitches, please ask us. And we have got 6 colors, but we don't do the stock service. We normally have a few colors. But if you want some colors, so please just ask us so we can produce with a small quantity as minimum. Next is a double and double fine. So we have got similar yarns in a different yarn count for the different gauges. So double is a double 12, double fine is a double 30. So we have done quite similar production processes for both of them. And we have done high twisted yarn. It's not so crepey if you compare with a K-wave. These are K-wave and these are double. This is a less crepey look, but it's still dry. And we use a very strong raw material from Australia and South America. And the good point of this yarn is lightweight and good stretch, even though it is made of 100% wool. But it's basically this is for more menswear. And in case of the half cardigan, it looks very nice. It looks visible, and we have got good reference harmony. So we have done the same textile. You can just compare how it is different. This is made of the harmony. This is made of double. You can choose what you like. This part is the same, so the combination between double and the CAMOOL, Lantana, Fuuga here. This one is also same way, except the double, just the harmony is included. And if you like this character for the fine gauge, so we can recommend you the double fine. So this is a double 30, so it can be knitted in a 14 gauge one end or 12 gauge in one end. So this is still so dry, even in case of plain stitches. But if you do like our needles or cable stitches, it expresses more character of this dryness. Especially, yeah, it's these cable stitches. It looks really visible, so each stitch stands out so much. Well, and if you like very dry hands feel, so I can recommend you this one the best. And for the colors, so we have the common colors for the both of the articles. So we have 21 colors for stock service, and we can do the special colors also. Next one is AKONN. We have got 2 different yarn counts. So first of all, the single 16 and single 24. So basically for the fine gauge one end. So AKONN, as each AKONN has the same character, of course. And first of all, this is 100% extra fine washable wool, and it's high twisted type. and it has a very good stretch because of the height, because of a special twisting way, and it's good for the pilling also, and machine washable, so it's very easy to care. So one of our customer used this for the uniform for the shop assistant, because you know it's very useful, both machine washable and good for the pilling and a good stretch for moving. But I don't recommend use a plain stitch actually, so you can do this kind of link stitches. In this case, it expresses the very good dry touch on the skin. But basically, the raw material of this yarn is extra fine merino, very soft fibers. So you feel very comfortable on your skin because of the dry touch, but basically it's originally not so hard, not so itchy on your skin also. So it's very good for the summer or beginning of fall. And in case of the cable stitches, this is also very beautiful look and very visible. If you compare with the double fine, it's the same cable stitch of double fine, and this is the same cable stitch of AKONN. Yes, please choose whatever you prefer. And for the colors, we have got those colors. Unfortunately, this is a not stock service, but we have got several colors for the sampling orders. So you can try first, then we can try to produce as soon as possible for your production. And next, I'd like to introduce you our washable merino wool, Aube and ZeaMole. Aube is made of the extra fine merino. We have got two different yarn count, double 28 and double 48. And ZeaMole is it's made of the super fine merino, and it is a double 60 and triple 60. So in this case, so you can choose any for the fine gauge from 12 to 16 or 18 gauges. And the different point from the others like merino wool in the world, Aube and ZeaMole is it's not completely even actually. So each yarn has slightly uneven shape, so it's like I don't say it's a slab yarn, but it's slightly uneven. It gives you the more natural effect, more than like other merino wool in the world. And it looks more like a dry, so it gives more dry hands feel, and because of special twisting processes, and the slightly shine on this aspect. And okay, and in case of double 48 also, can you see that slightly uneven shape? It's not defective. This is the character of the yarn, so if you like it, so Aube can be more nicer. Show you the difference between this and this. So as you have seen these stitches, we have the same pattern in Aube. Yeah, if you do the same part, even if you do the same patterns, so the results can be very different, depends on what you use. Let's have a look at the stitches of ZeaMole. Yes, actually, so it's slightly uneven aspect on the stitches, but it's still elegant. And you know the raw material is very nice one, so super fine merino, so it's very soft and smooth. And if you mix with the metallic yarn, it's gonna be a nice combination. And in case of the white part, it comes from the Reine II, and this black part is a combination between a ZeaMole and suede. And let's have a look at these cable stitches. Okay, please see the difference between a double AKONN and the ZeaMole. You know, it looks a softer aspect, and it looks like more drier aspect. And please choose what you like. And this is triple 30, triple 60. Yeah, plain stitch is still nice, but this stitch is also basically half cardigan stitches. This part gives you the hard hands feel, but because of this rope material, it's really soft and smooth. It's very, how can I say, very comfortable on your skin, especially in the winter time. And let's have a look at the colors of ZeaMole. All colors are stock service in both counts, double 60 and triple 60. which includes the melange colors and solid colors. And in case of the color guide of Aube, we have more colors here. Yeah, of course, which includes solid colors and melange colors. So all the colors in the stock service in both counts, double 48 and double 28. And we can do the special on colors for both articles. And next is Fjord and Glacier, and we have the same yarn counts in different quality. Let's look. So first of all, Fjord. Okay, this one, and Glacier is this one. Okay, let me explain to you the difference. Let's see the colors. This is the Fjord, the natural color of sheep from the South America. And this one is the same raw material of South American one, but we have dyed fibers. It's like melange colors. These are the natural colors. And the micron is the same. And the character of this one is basically we don't recommend you to one ends or two ends of the plain stitch, because if you like it, it's fine, but basically it's very hard and itches on your skin. It can be nicer for the outer knitwear for both. Yeah, for example, this is just an example, but if you knit one end of 12 gauges plain stitches, it will be very hard one. So what we can recommend you is multiplies. Like for example, this is 3 gauges and 3 ends. It can be nice for the outer knitwear, and it's very light. That's why so, and that's why so it will be very good, and it stays the shape of the garment also, and it's very bulky, so very suitable yarn for the outer wear. But if you feel still itches on your skin, the good way is mixing with the softer yarn like that. So this is like link stitches. This brown part is knitted in the back bed, and this part is knitted in the front bed. And actually this is plaited. It's a combination between the Fjord. Fjord is used in the brown part, and the white part comes from the Fuuga Mohair. And we have used the Fuuga for the back beds. So you feel only the Fuuga on your skin, but the outside is still the Fjord. In this case, lightweight, strong textures, and it stays the shape, but very smooth and comfortable on your skin. And similar way, you can do the mixing with the Mohair silk, Reine II. Reine II is used as back side, and we use the Fjord for the front side. So you feel only the Reine II on your skin, so it's very comfortable, smooth, nice. And the front side is just Fjord. Of course, a little bit hairs of the Reine II comes out, just a little bit, but it's nice. And there is a quite similar way. We have done the same textile for this and this. And for this one, so we use Mohair for the back side. But in this case, we have used a CAMOOL, a big boucle for the back side. And of course, it appears front side for in case of front stitches, so front beds. Okay, let's have a look at the color card again. So all colors in the stock in double yarn counts, double 24 and triple 24. And unfortunately, we cannot do any special colors for your own. And next is Rosario. This is one of our oldest quality in our collections. Okay, let's have a look. We have got 2 different yarn counts, double 48 and double 32. So it is written that 100% wool, but mixture between Australian merino and South American merino. You know, each sheep has got different characters. So basically, as a South American merino is very light and bulky and strong textures. However, it's gonna be a little bit itchy. On the other side, the Australian merino is very soft and smooth, but on the other side, it can be a little bit too drapey, or sometimes it's too weak, especially for the middle gauge. And if you do the middle gauge, it's gonna be very heavy. So that's why we blend it very well, so between Australian and South American. Let's look at some examples. So first of all, Okay. Okay, this stitch is for the 7 gauges, and it is a combination between the Fuuga and Rosario. So we mix two different, so one each of white colors, and 3 ends of the Rosario and 2 ends of the Fuuga for the 7 gauge. As I explained to you, the South American merino is very light, so that's why it's still lightweight for the middle gauge, and it stays the shape of the garment. It's very masculine. And if you mix with the mohair, it's gonna be really soft and smooth hand feel. And at the same time, we have the same textiles, but different colors, and we mix with the tea silk. If you mix the tea silk, it looks more classical way of tweedy look, and it's lightweight. Even for the 7 gauges, we have the multiply of yarns, but it's still light. And this is a quite nice character. It's a felting. There's no treated wool, so it can be felted after you wash a lot. If you wash a longer time, if you wash with hot waters. On these stitches, this is a combination between Aube washable wool and Rosario no treated wool. This is a light blue part. It comes from the Rosario, and navy part it comes from Aube. This is a tubular jacket. After you wash with 40 degrees water for 70 minutes, only Rosario has been felted and Aube stays. That's why if you have a look at the detail of the stitches, only yes, this blue part is felted and navy part stays. And that's the same technique we have done in this way also. This is a combination between Rosario and Reine II. Especially this part. We have mixed Rosario and Reine II here. We knit it together in the plating way. And after you wash with 40 degrees water for half an hour, it is felted, but the hairs of mohair comes out more and more. So it looks like more velvet textiles. This is front side, this is the back side. So we use the Reine II as a back side for the beneath plating way, so mohair hairs comes out more in the back side. And this textile is quite interesting. Both of them looks different, but we have the same patterns on both of them. So what's the difference between this and this is washing time and water temperatures. In these stitches, we have washed with 35 degrees water and 7 minutes. And in these stitches, we have washed with 40 degrees water for 15 minutes. What's gonna happen after you wash with in these conditions? So there are 4 different yarns are knitted. So okay, let me explain to you. We knitted Rosario only first. After that, Gurame space dyed, then Reine II mohair, then CAMOOL is boucle in the end, and Rosario, Gurame, Reine II, CAMOOL. After you wash with hot waters, only Rosario is felted, but the others are washable, so it stays. You can have a look at this here for more details. This yellow color is CAMOOL the boucle, and the white colors comes from the Reine II, and the red color comes from the Gurame, and this green color comes from Rosario. Only green colors are felted. Then finally it becomes like this. Okay, then let's have a look at the colors. We have got quite a lot of colors for the stock service, which includes melange colors and solid colors in both yarn counts, double 32 and double 48. A good point of this yarn is you can use the same yarn for the fine gauge like 12 or 14 or 16, and for chunky sweaters 3 to 5 to 7. And so also you can enjoy the felting if you mix with something else. So it looks very old-fashioned yarn, but there's a lot of possibility of the textiles. It depends what you use, or how you use, how you wash. So please enjoy our oldest quality Rosario. Next one is a Phaius. This is single 40. This is also one of the oldest quality in the collection. You know, single yarn is quite unusual in especially European market, American market, but we used to use this kind of yarn a lot in all the histories in Japan. First of all, okay, this single 40 is a not treated wool, so it can be felted again. So if you wash with hot water or if you wash a longer time, and this is single, so it twists on the garment. So if you want to avoid the twisting on the garment, so you can try in this way. In case of the half cardigan stitches, it doesn't twisting on garment, it stays and it goes straight. But if you have a look here, this is plain stitches. If you put the plain stitches between half cardigan and half cardigans, so it twists on the garment in this way. And these stitches, of course, we don't want to recommend you for this kind of textile for the garment. We just wanted to show you that how it's gonna be changed after you wash with hot waters. Let's have a look. So this one is washed with 52 degrees hot water for 10 minutes. And actually this brown part, it comes from the Colorado, and this orange part, it comes from the Phaius. Colorado is similar quality, but there's a slab, a small slabian on it. And in case of the Phaius, it doesn't have any slab. After you knit, this is a very crazy idea, but in case of the single 40 and knitting the 7 gauge one end, it will be very loose stitch. Then after you wash with hot water, just 10 minutes, it shrinks a lot and it finally becomes like this. But this is just for reference, yeah, please just think about it. And then let's have a look at the colors. We have those colors for the stock service for your sampling orders, which includes 8 colors of melange colors and solid colors. And we can do the special colors for your own. And next one is Cotswolds. Double 21. Okay, this one is also, it's written that 1% wool, but actually this is a mixture between a British and the South American one. So only pure British wool is really good, however it's gonna be a little bit too itchy. That's why in order to avoid this kind of itchiness, so we want to blend it, and it can be good enough on your skin. But if you feel too itchy, it's nice to mix with something else. And let's have a look at our stitches. For example, this textile, it's a combination between tea silk and the Cotswolds. So I suppose this is a best combination, one of the best combinations in the textiles. So tea silk gives a nice 3D look, and the Cotswolds is very suitable for the tea silk as well. And because of tea silk characters, it gives the softness of the textures, and it's soft enough on the skin. And the good point of this yarn Cotswolds is the lightness and bulkiness and the strong textures. But because of the tea silk, it gives softness. And on the same way, we have got 2 similar stitches. This one is for only Cotswolds. This one is a mixture between the Cotswolds and Reine II. It looks similar, but hands feel completely different. First of all, this one is only Cotswolds. It's as I explained to you, it's so light, even for the 7 gauge. It's light and bulky, and it stays the shape of the garment. But if you feel too itchy on your skin, you can mix with Mohair, Reine II. It's really smooth. It's so comfortable even on your skin. So I really want you to touch them. So if you want these kind of stitches, so please ask us. And if you like the hardness of this yarn, so this stitch would be the best. This is links and links. And the 12 gauge 1 end. This would be the hardest stitches. Maybe some of you will like it very much. And for the colors, almost all colors are stock service, which includes the melange colors, solid colors, and some merinoes. And we can do the special colors for your own. And next one is MOFF. We have got two different yarn counts, double 16 and triple 16. So let's have a look at composition. So this is 70% wool and 30% camel. And wool is from Australia, but not merino wool. It's called as the Polyester. Polyester, the character is quite similar to the South American one. It's a very lightweight and bulky and strong textures. However, it can be a little bit itchy, so we blended camel. Camel yarn can be available in woolen spun. However, not so easy to see and not to find out in worsted yarn because of some reasons. And camel gives a nice smoothness of the yarn. Then this Polyester wool gives a nice lightness and strong textures, and it still look elegant way for the 7 gauges, so it doesn't go so much casual. And it has nice to mix with the CAMOOL, especially because both yarn has a camel in it. And this yellow part, it comes from the CAMOOL, and this navy part comes from the MOFF. And especially backside, we use the CAMOOL for the jacket, and so that's why it's really smooth and soft on the skin, and this stays elegant way of the MOFF on the aspect. The same way, so we have triple 16, and we have the 14 colors in the shade cards. All colors are stock service and with the small poundages, and we can do the special colors for your own. And next one is ZEANE. Let's have a look. ZEANE is made of the washable wool and 50% polyester. This is not like a cheap blended wool and polyester yarn. So washable wool is super fine merino, and polyester has a really smooth and softness and good stretch. It looks very compact. You can have a look to compare with the Zeta. Zeta is 100% wool, and this is 50% wool and 50% polyester. However, it looks more compact because of the shrinkage of the polyesters. Finally, it becomes very compact look in case of the old needles. Have a look here. This is a combination between ZEANE. Navy part comes from the ZEANE, and this yellow and red color comes from the Zetas. Just a little bit part. Let's have a look with the double fine. Please compare the difference. You can see that each stitch is very clearly in case of the ZEANE if you compare with the double fine. And it's still soft and smooth, and it has good stretch as well. Then let's have a look at the colors. We have 21 colors. Unfortunately, this is not stock service. We normally have a few colors for sampling. Okay, next one is bars. Okay, this is made of the 65% baby alpaca and 35% acrylic. I know so many of the people don't like acrylic, but there is a reason to include to brand acrylic in it. So first of all, 100% baby alpaca would be very nice. I suppose it would be very soft and smooth. However, 100% baby alpaca would be very heavy and too drapey. It depends on how you knit. So we blended acrylic. How it's gonna be changed after you blended acrylic? So it's still very lightweight because of the acrylic. And if you wash for felting, for example, in this way, if you felt the bars, So acrylic shrinks as inside and alpaca hairs comes outside. So the outside you touch on the yarn is just baby alpaca. There is an acrylic inside, but acrylic is very lightweight. So you can do the very lightweight but so nice hands feel middle grade sweaters in this way, for example, in the cable stitches. Or you can do mix with a double. Double is strong, however, bars gives the softness on the surface and aspect. In this case, the green color comes from the double and orange color comes from bars. So green colors double goes inside and the orange colors the bars goes outside, and this outside gives a nice softness, and it stays the shape of the garment. It has very strong textures. And let's have a look at the color card. So all colors are stock service and everything is a solid colors. We can do our special colors for your own, and in addition, so we can do the two different colors, for example, in this way. So we dye the alpaca in the green colors and we dye yellow colors in acrylic. So if you want this kind of two different colors, so we can do that. So please just ask us for the detail. Okay, next one is Airlightcord. This is one of the new articles in the collection. So this is suitable for the chunky sweaters, so mainly the 5 gauge or 3 gauges. The greatest point of this yarn is just lightweight. So even if you use the very chunky sweaters, it doesn't go so heavy. And because of the character of wool and acrylic, the strong wool and the acrylic, and it stays the shape of the garment. So it has strong textures and it's so light, but the hands feel is not so bad, not so hard. So it's gonna be soft enough on your skin. And in case of this kind of the chunky cable stitches, it will be quite a light one as well. So you can compare with our mocci in the same textile. We have the same patterns. Please compare the difference of stitches. So each has nice characters. And if I compare this and this, so this one looks more compact and each stitch is visible. But on the other hand, it could be quite heavy. And on the other hand, Airlightcord is a very light one. Yeah, this is the character difference. And let's have a look at the colors. We have got 21 colors at the stock service for sampling, and we can do your special own colors also. So how was it? So I'm not so sure how it works for you, but I hope it will be a little help for your next autumn winter collections development. So if you want any shade cards or color cards, yeah, for example like this, or any particular stitches, for example this or this, please just contact us by email. And if you'd like to have a video meeting, so please contact us as well by email. And if you have any questions, yes, please don't hesitate to contact us. So I hope to be able to see you next time soon. So please stay safe and see you soon in Italy or somewhere else or in your country also. So please have a good time. Thank you. Bye bye.